Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is February 14th. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, and it's Valentine's Day. Put that together. I hope you guys had a great morning, a great start to your day. All the guys out there getting all your roses, all your flowers for your girls, and obviously, even the girls are getting some really nice stuff for the guys. So I hope all of you are having a great morning as we get ready to dive into a lot of conversation. We got the NFL, the NBA, as you know, every day live with me, your host, Brandon Mason. We have a lot to talk about. A lot of sports and obviously some drama, a lot of other things. So good morning to all you that are just coming in right now to the chat. I will talk to you as we move forward. So let's break down today's startup and what we have. Now, Taylor Swift, did she get Kanye West kicked out the Super Bowl? Like, this conversation now is like, it becomes this entertainment of, is it about the Super Bowl or is it about the celebrities, right? And obviously they bring a lot of action, a lot of entertainment, and a lot of things that people love to talk about. And we should, because why? Because it's fun, it's exciting for some people. Then some people start to say, I don't want to talk about Taylor Swift, I don't want to hear about this. But the truth of the matter is, some people have pull, some people do not. And then some people just have more pull than the rest. So let's pull this picture up here. Some of the reports say, and people are starting to say, it was a rumor, maybe not a rumor, but Kanye West shows up to the game. And this beef goes back from some time now, right? When Taylor Swift, and I have it here years ago, she was 19 years old, accepting an MTV Video Music Award. Kanye West jumped up and he said, hey, he interrupted her speech. And he said, look, I'm happy for you, but Beyonce was the best video of all time. Beyonce's the best video, apparently, right? So at that point, I think Taylor Swift had her panties in a bunch, had her butt hurt for a long time. We're talking when she was 19 years old. So Kanye West did that, and they've had some kind of turmoil, if you want to say, for a long time. But Kanye West, who shows up at the game, obviously with his family. Howard, let's pull that picture up. He's sitting there with his family. And this is the kind of interesting part. Now, Kanye West is wearing a mask again. I'm not sure what Kanye West is doing, but he's wearing a mask at the game with his family. It's kind of confusing. And it's like, I don't know what the situation is. Is it, obviously if he's promoting for a brand, if he's promoting for himself for something, that's great. But I got to tell you, it gets very interesting. The type of masks he wears, the things that he does, and he's there, his relationship is off and on. Then he has Kim Kardashian in the mix as well. She's in there. He has his kids there. So what I'm saying is, the people watching this right now is, what is this mask situation? What is he trying to prove? What he's trying to show? What is the main reasoning for the mask, right? And it's like the Taylor Swift get him kicked out. And it's like, look, the turmoil and tension of two celebrities at the Super Bowl is interesting, because then you look to the suite next one, you got Kim Kardashian, you got, Kylie, you got Kendall, you got the whole Kardashian suite. And then you got ex-boyfriends, then you got new boyfriend. It's just like the entertainment is full, the paparazzi is full. And then it's like, okay, did she really get Kanye West kicked out? And Brandon Marshall was talking about this live on I Am Athlete podcast. He said, yeah, look, this is what happened. She got him kicked out the Super Bowl. How do you get kicked out the Super Bowl, right? Very interesting. They're calling it a rumor, and then some people said allegedly. Kanye West team said, oh, it's not true. He didn't get kicked out. At the end of the day, we will find out here in the next couple of days, but he might have gotten kicked out by Taylor Swift, which means that she is running ultimately now the stadium. So she was running a lot of the Chiefs, putting butts in seats we talk about. Then it was, how big is she in the NFL? And now at the Super Bowl, she's regulating security, making a phone call. Hey, you're out. Very, very, very interesting. Let's move on to the Super Bowl streaker. Apparently, a man, he had a little group. They were planning for the Super Bowl streak. This wasn't just show up and run. Hours beforehand, they're writing what they're going to put on their body, right? Hashtag XYZ for the marketing ability. But if you think about this, I'm going to dive into this a little bit more so you can understand the bets they can place and what they can do. This is very, very interesting. Now, the streaker's running on the field during the Super Bowl, right? And so he puts the hashtag on and puts all this information. He's running across the field at the Super Bowl. And people are like, yeah, you know, it's a streaker. It's normal. It happens, yada, yada, yada. But here's the real truth. Hours before he's on the field, he's at a local store getting cleats, right? He's getting all decked out for this, preparing for the event. He's staking out the stadium. He's there early trying to figure it out. And then this is where it gets kind of interesting, okay? Security guards are putting on top efforts. I mean, this guy's diving like the mall cop. I mean, listen, he puts, like, the way that these security guards attack people on the field is like the mafia. Like, instead of, you know, cornering him in, all chopping this guy, and he can't do anything, the guy's just running around, they're putting on it like something serious about to happen. It's just a streaker. It happens all the time in all entertainment. Why is this more interesting? Why is this streaker more interesting? Well, here's why. He paid $42,000 for 2 tickets. He paid $42,000 for him and a buddy to be at the Super Bowl, sitting in the front. And you're like, why would someone pay $42,000? Well, it's quite obvious, because he's going to get paid a lot of money for streaking, hashtag whatever. But more importantly, they can place bets, okay, on the game. Excuse me. Now, they can place a bet. Now, in his mind, what he wanted to do, and this is interesting, he set all this up. He bought his tickets, $42,000, got all this stuff lined up because he was, quote unquote, was going to have somebody place a bet that there was going to be a streaker at the Super Bowl. So let that sink in for a second. This man is going to streak in the Super Bowl for sure. Running across the field during the game. He literally wanted his buddy to make a bet for him, called $1 million, whatever, $500,000, that there's going to be a streaker at the Super Bowl. So he goes and buys his ticket, spends all this money, $42,000. And then here's the story. He gets arrested, finds out there's no bet like that. There's no type of bet. It doesn't exist, they said. So this man is streaking across the field thinking that somebody, one of his buddies, is going to make a bet for him of XYZ dollars. Come to find out the bet didn't exist. So the man pays $42,000 for 2 tickets, streaking across the field, gets tackled or arrested by security, and then goes to jail overnight, right? So he's all these misdemeanors. He's got trespassing. He's got all these different things going on. Come to find out, he didn't make any money anyway. There was no bet. So the whole story, come to find out, the guy didn't even make any money and was out there streaking just for fun. So I don't know. I thought it was very interesting, something to think about. But trying to place a bet to streak on the field and not making any money is just a little heartbreaking. Let's move on to Shaquille O'Neal. So Shaquille O'Neal, number 32 for Orlando Magic, they retired his jersey. Now, if you guys know Shaquille O'Neal, he's a specimen. He's 7 foot, whatever. He looks like he's 10 feet tall. And he's not just 10 feet tall, he's wide. He's a moving billboard walking around whatever state he's in at the time. And so this is when Shaquille O'Neal played for Orlando Magic. They have retired his jersey. Not sure if you're an NBA fan, NFL fan or not, but let me tell you something about Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal not only played basketball for all these damn teams, I didn't realize this until Howard, thanks to Howard, production manager, pulled it up and told me, check this out. The Boston Celtics he ended with, but let's go back to when he started. The Orlando Magic, 1993 to 1996, played for the Magic. Then he played for the Lakers until 2004. Then he went to the Miami Heat until 2007. Then he went to the Phoenix Suns until 2009. Then the Cavaliers until 2010. And then the Boston Celtics in 2011. But let me tell you something of why this is interesting. Shaquille O'Neal, it's not just the team. It's not just where he played. It's not about championships. It's not about any of that. Why Shaquille O'Neal is an icon is because Shaquille O'Neal invests in all kinds of things. You wouldn't believe it until you see it. I'm going to pull this picture up so you can see what Shaquille O'Neal actually invests in. If you're in the chat right now, good morning to you. I'm going to pull it up. Good morning to everyone that's in the chat right now. I'll say your names in a second. I thank all of you. And if you're first time in, you can join the Mason Mob. All you got to do is ask me. I'll send you the link. You click on it. You sign up. You're in here every single day, and you have a verification next to your name. And I appreciate all of you. I know, Candy, you have reached out for the verification. We'll get that set up for you as well. Thank all of you for joining in right now. Now, this is what's interesting about Shaquille O'Neal. Howard, pull it up for us. Look at this, okay? Shaquille O'Neal, okay? He's not one of those guys that made money and then went out and went bankrupt and didn't do XYZ properly and was, running around throwing his money at all these weird places. A lot of athletes do. We're going to have a guy that comes on the show. We have a couple interviews coming up. Well, how athletes go broke, what realtors, what they invest in. We got a lot of cool stuff we're going to talk about. But Shaquille O'Neal, and I got it right in front of me, and I want to tell you what he's done. He has invested, got it right here, 40 24-hour fitnesses, okay, gyms, 150 car washes, 155 Five Guys. I was going to memorize this and explain this. I got to put my computer here up so I can explain to you what he actually did. Again, 40 24-hour fitnesses, 150 car washes, 155 Five Guys burger joints, 9 Papa John's, 17 Annie Ann's pretzel companies, and a few Krispy Kremes. Okay, now, that is what Shaquille O'Neal has done with his money. He's invested properly like a lot of athletes should. He's also now live all the time on basketball networks, obviously because of his ability and what he's done. They retired his jersey. He played a lot of teams, won a lot of accolades, a lot of great things, played with a lot of great friends. But more importantly, Shaquille O'Neal has invested in a lot of things to make him very rich. Let's move on here to a man that's arrested for stealing the Jackie Robinson statue. Okay, listen. Nowadays, people are doing a lot of things. And I understand life gets, life gets crazy. You got a lot going on. You're trying to make money. You're trying to find your new career. You're trying to provide for your family. COVID came, and then people are losing jobs, and the market's going up and down. Listen, how low do you got to get to steal the Jackie Robinson statue? We're talking... Let me tell you why this is interesting and why it's entertaining to me, okay? Now, Jackie Robinson statue has been there for a long time. Baseball player, was phenomenal. Lot of social, things. We won't go into the whole political thing right now. But Howard, pull it up. This is why it's a little bit laughable to me. Look at the feet are still there. Now, the police announced the arrest and the theft and destruction of the Jackie Robinson statue. And it was, I believe, a 44-year-old man. But it says, 45-year-old man was taken into custody earlier this month due to the connection and unrelated case and a criminal record. But he stole the Jackie Robinson statue and left the feet behind. I mean, someone has this statue somewhere. And I just find it very, very, very interesting. I mean, if you're going to steal something, why on earth would you want the Jackie Robinson statue? Or are you looking to vandalize and knock it down? Right? We've seen a lot of that in a lot of different political places where they knock statues down. They're burning things, breaking things. But to steal the Jackie Robinson statue is pretty low. Interesting, entertaining, left the feet behind. Let's move on to the Warriors. Okay, this is a big topic for today and why I say this for last. The Warriors, quote unquote, attempted to trade for LeBron James. You heard that correctly, and it's true and it's factual. The head coach said he tried to get LeBron James. I don't know if you're an NFL fan or NBA fan, how much you follow it. I hope you guys are coming in right now. Can enjoy all the sports, because we do all the sports, not just, the NFL during the season. We got football, baseball, basketball, we're going to MLB. We got a lot of cool sports to talk about, a lot of interesting politics, celebrity news, and gossip, all kind of things intertwined with our interviews that are coming on live. But the Golden State Warriors have officially said, yeah, they tried to get LeBron James. Can you imagine LeBron James playing for the Golden State Warriors? I mean, can you imagine what this would look like? Them playing together on the same team. I have another picture here, Howard. I believe it's in the reaction. Do we have a picture behind here, or is it in the? I believe it's in the reaction. I'll pull it up right now for you.
Yeah, it's in the reaction.
Look at this. Can you imagine? Okay, if you watch basketball, you understand. LeBron James, obviously with the Lakers, the Cavs, Miami Heat, he's been phenomenal. Very hard to stop. One of the best of all time. And then it was, but Steph Curry's the best shooter of all time. People keep saying that, right? And that's been going on for years. How on earth would they be on the same team? Then you got Klay Thompson, then you got Draymond Green. It's like, that is buying a team. Now, the Warriors have been a dynasty without LeBron James. You take LeBron James out of the picture, those three guys have won championships without LeBron James. But here's the question. How much longer can the Warriors dynasty hold up? People are like, well, I said this too. Warriors dynasty is basically over. Why? Because Draymond Green is just effing up, right? Out there causing havoc, problems. Then he gets suspended and he comes back and it's like, okay, you're effing up. You're not really becoming a good time player, not a good teammate, X, Y, Z. Then it was Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Like, that was the team. Then Klay Thompson said he's not signing an extension. Whatever the money was, $40-some million, denied it. So the Warriors were kind of in turmoil. And it was like, okay, the dynasty is over. Because Draymond Green can't continue this. Klay Thompson's going to be gone. It can't just be Steph Curry. Love Steph Curry. Best shooter of all time. Shoots all over the court. Three-point line. Half court. Doesn't miss a foul shot. Shoots full court. Doesn't matter where he's at. Shoots from the stands sometimes at pregame warmups. Shooting from the stadium. Surprised not scoring from the locker room. But at the end of the day, he can't win without these players. How on earth would the NBA be able to come out there and say, okay, LeBron James has joined the Warriors? They would have to get rid of somebody. I mean, Klay Thompson would have to leave. But can you imagine you have LeBron James, Draymond Green, Steph Curry on the same NBA team? I mean, maybe it's watching this right now. Like I said, this highlight will go up for people that love NBA, and it's very interesting. But I got to tell you, watching this, see this magnitude come together would strike the NBA in a very awkward way. People would be like, okay, we already have a lot going on, with sports. People being traded, coaches leaving. They have the portal now, the NCAA portal, where people are being traded all over the place. You can't figure out where people are going. They're buying players. You have the collectives that are helping college players get paid, and then there's different programs for NIL, for people to get paid and all this and that. For players to be traded left and right, coaches being fired, and now you say, hey, we try to get LeBron James. It's like, yeah, I get it. But then here comes Bronny James next year, right? Like, okay, now the Warriors would have to say, oh, now we're getting Bronny James for the connection to LeBron. So everybody's talking about that. What will happen? That magnitude did not come to fruition. If you're watching this right now, LeBron James did not go to the Warriors. His agent, Rich Paul, with Clutch Sports, they came to conversation with the Warriors. They didn't work it out just yet. But things are happening. People are jumping ship. LeBron has one more year with the Lakers. He's got to make a decision. Not sure where he's going, but he's got to make a decision, and obviously Bronny James follows. And guys, before we end today's show, I just want to say to all of you, thank you for joining in with me every single day. It's been a pleasure to come on here and give you some updated news and regulation, and I'm giving you a lot of different things as we go through the sports headlines, not just NFL, like I said. And as we bring our co-hosts on the show and other people on the show and talk sports, we have men coming on, we have women coming on, we have guys from different networks. Today we were on the phone with people from NFL Network that were coming on and join the show. Interviews, like I said, NFL, NBA players coming on. And as we get ready to enjoy that and bring those on to talk all the topics and conversation, I just want to say thank you to all of you that are joining in and communicating on here every day live with me, because we are getting ready to expand this background. The whole setup of our sports show and cast will change. I hope all of you can get off early right now and go enjoy Valentine's Day. It's so important. All of you that are on here right now, hit the like button and subscribe. Throw a heart in there for Valentine's Day. I hope all of you have an excellent day. You all deserve it, and I will see you guys soon. Until next time.